Okay, we are live. Let's see how long I last. Hello, everybody on the chat. Hello, Maree. Hello, Jazzy. How are you doing, girl?
Hey, yeah, good. A bit chilly. It's a bit chilly over here. They've had a lot of snow down south really early, and so we're already getting the cold winds up here, and they don't usually hit till August. So we're all whinging, absolutely whinging our heads off. Going, this is not what happens in June. So, so I'm sitting here. I've got a jumper on, and yeah, it's chilly. But apart from that, what else is going on? No, just I don't know about you, but I was really tired last week and I could really feel this frequency coming through. It was massive and it was just like, whoa, that's just whacked me. So I don't know how everyone else has been feeling. I'm feeling a bit better now, but it did take a couple of days. And yeah, so what about you, Elisa? How have you been feeling?
Um, some days I'm really sleepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Like I wake up and I wake up because it's time to wake up, but I'm sleepy, like
Yeah,
just super sleepy,
that's
super
exactly
sleepy.
what I've been getting.
But
Yeah.
I've been turtle hunting. I woke up really early one day and I said, I'm going to go look for turtles and found three turtles. One turtle was on its way to the water, and then the other two were actually nesting and making their nest. And the second one I found was actually dropping the eggs. And then, yeah, and then I watched it as it finished and it went all the way to the water. And so I'm riding my bike on the beach all the way down back home. And I get a text from my girlfriend and she's like, "Are you up?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And I knew she was texting me about turtles. And she's like, "We have a turtle over here." And I was like, "Oh my God," so I'm like riding my bike really fast. And this turtle was gigantic. And I'll go ahead and post it. I did forget to post it on the Telegram channel. But the third one was huge. And it was, uh, it was daylight by the time she was done. So she had like a whole ton of people just watching. It was amazing.
It would have been. And did you get video footage or shot? You got photos, obviously, of it.
Yeah, photos and videos, which I can post on my Telegram channel.
Yeah, fabulous. Yeah, I mean, there's just something so magical about that turtle energy. So, and that's just down the road from you, isn't it? Where they come in and do that. It's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah,
So,
right
yeah,
there, right
wow,
there. We've
wow.
had, I didn't know
Mm.
that we're the number one in the world for turtle nests. And there's one called leatherback that is
Yes,
as big as a freaking Volkswagen Beetle. It is gigantic. Um, just crazy, crazy. So I'm hunting for that one now. I found a nest. I found a leatherback nest, and it was gigantic. I was like, "Oh my God, this thing is huge!"
that's amazing. And like, how long do the eggs take to mature until the little babies come out and off they go? How long is that
60,
process?
60 days.
60 days. Okay. Yep. Gee whiz, they do well to survive then, don't they? With so many of us dumb, heavy footed humans chomping around everywhere. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
well, they actually they used to mark every single one, but now they're marking every fourth one because of the animals who know that those little posts mean there is a nest.
No.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah, yeah. And then there's some evil people that also will go in there and like want to see what the eggs look like or, disturb the nests.
Yeah. Wow. Goodness me. The psychology of turtle nesting, hey?
Yeah. So it's
Wow,
been,
that's
um, oh, but it was so exciting. Well, when you watch the video, you'll see
yeah.
it's just when you're there and you see it, you're like in awe, just
Yeah.
pure awe.
I know we
And
were
it's,
on. was it Heron Island, which we were diving one week, but we were just out of turtle season because they have the same thing. There's just like hundreds and hundreds of turtles come up and lay on the beaches and things there as well. So yeah, but so at least you're close to it, you know. So it's really,
Oh
so
yeah.
you're
So
so blessed. Mm,
yeah, so I've been waking up at like, well, that day that I found all the turtles was 4:45 in the morning.
yeah.
Yeah. But I think the best time is after midnight.
Yes. Yeah. Wow. Oh, well, that's I know you just got to make the decision. Yep, I'm going to go. I'm doing it. I'm either not going to bed or I'm getting up.
And that's the hard part.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, at least it's summer though, so it's not cold. It wouldn't be that cold at night, would it?
No, actually, it's really yummy. Like
Yeah,
we've had all of our weather. This summer has been amazing because the highs have been below 90 degrees.
yeah. Wow, that's nothing.
So it's been heaven. It's just been heaven. Just every day has been more beautiful than the next. It's just amazing.
Yeah,
So
wow. Oh,
yeah.
well, that's good. That's good. I'm glad someone's getting a good summer because we just had rain.
Oh God. Yeah, I
So,
know. Yeah. Well, luckily
yeah,
we haven't had any rain because my roof is still not fixed. So
right.
we're still waiting on that. But yeah, the energies are a little crazy. I know that what's happening out there in the world is worrying some people. So I figured we would talk about it, even though it's not, I don't even know what's going on. I don't even read, I don't even watch any videos about what's going on. All I know is on YouTube, as I'm scrolling through my pickleball videos and whatever, my wrestling videos, um, it'll show like the news channel, like the news videos. So that's when I'll read the title and I'll be like, oh, that's what's going on. Okay. But I don't watch it. I don't care. I just keep, scrolling. So I really did want to talk about it because,
Yeah,
some things that I heard from Janine that I'm like, okay, well, we'll see if that's true or not, like we'll see, you know.
yeah.
Of course, everything we talk about is for entertainment purposes only, everybody.
Of course it is. It's just fun and games.
Yep. Yep.
So,
So,
yeah.
are you okay with talking about this?
Yeah, that's the same as you, though. I really haven't been following much at all. Yeah, so the only thing I've noticed in Australia, because it was coming up on one of my feeds with people that are like us, is that our Prime Minister has decided to put a land tax on. So every year people will have, this is what I think, I don't know if it's been gone through or it's just proposed, but people will have to pay to have a valuation done of their house, and whatever it's gone up by, they have to give the government that much money, like a tax percentage of the increase in value of their house. Yeah. So that's what, yeah, no one likes this guy. It was obvious cheating when he got back in. So yeah, so that I thought, oh, that'll be interesting then to see how people actually, if they start saying, well, no, we're not going to do that. Like people won't be able to afford that because the houses
Right.
here are going up exponentially. So yeah, so that's the only thing I've sort of noticed. Yeah, I just don't like you. I just decide not to tune into it anymore. But we'll just see through the cards and what I get intuitively, where we're
Yeah.
at, and how this little movie is playing out. So
Yeah, absolutely. So the first thing I want to know, is it true that right now, in this now moment, right now, that those two countries, I don't want to use their words too much,
yeah.
those
Oh
two countries are at war?
yeah. Let's have a look and see if
Meaning,
they're
meaning that there's missiles going from one country to another, from those
let's have a
two
look.
countries.
Yeah. Okay. I got a yes, and then this card's come up. So Knight of Swords, which is the military card. But as I got the yes, I also got that there's there's something, it's not as bad as what it's being projected as, is what I'm getting. So let's just have a look and see if we can get something on that. The High Priestess. So there's definitely something hidden that we aren't seeing as well that's going on. It was almost like, when I think with the shotgun, you've got like the little shrapnel that comes out, like the little bits, rather than a full impact. It's almost like it's been dissipated a little, is what I'm getting. The actual, the full, because there is going to be something new coming in. So I feel this is all just a lead up to whatever it is that's going to come in to change and shift the situation, because that full
Okay.
card, yeah.
Okay, so then are they actual missiles? And I forgot to make you big. Are there actual missiles being fired?
Yeah, let's have a look and see.
Or is
So
it just like it
what
could
I
be,
was seeing was, it
yeah.
was almost like that word I love, furphy. It was a little bit like that. It was like not what a normal devastating missile would do. It's somehow been, like de-escalated. That's all I was seeing, and it was just a flash of a vision. And I'll double check on that, but that's what I was seeing. But I got a definite yes. But it's not what people are being made to believe. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's why
Yeah.
that High Priestess card came up. Let me just double check this. Yeah, I'm getting that's sort of the best way to describe it. Yeah, that's the best way to describe it, because the Three of Cups has come up, which is a celebration emotionally. So it's not, the big dangerous situation that everyone thinks it could escalate into. Just isn't. It's being
Okay.
used. It's being used. Yeah.
Okay, so are we being fed videos and pictures either of old wars or CGI?
Let's have a look and see. I haven't seen any, so I this is great. I don't know, so I'll just tune in. Yeah, CGI, because I actually hadn't never got that, because it can make it just look so incredibly, crazy, right? So let's just, wants to come up. Yeah, it's been worked on. Eight of Pentacles. This has definitely been worked on. So a lot of it is CGI. There might be some, but the Empress, I'd say this is a big creation. It's all been created for a reason. Yeah.
Okay, so
I mean, there's still stuff going on, but it's not the apocalyptic aspect that they want
okay,
to.
are if in the stuff that's going on, are people actually dying?
Okay, let's have a look and see.
Innocent people. Let me
Yeah,
add innocent
yeah,
people.
gotcha. Yeah. Is there collateral damage?
Yes.
Is probably the. Hmm. Interesting, because Ace of Cups has come up. So there is a yes, but it's emotionally, it's not devastating. It's just, I don't know. It's better than what was expected by the people, even, if that makes sense. Yeah, there
Okay.
is some chaos. The Seven of Cups emotionally has come up as well. So to me, this is my chaos card. So there is some chaos. But I think it would have been a lot worse if it was truly, truly real. Nine of Swords. So this is saying that we don't have to, it's not something that needs to be worried about. I'm not getting that this is going to go on for a long time. It's just, I don't feel it is. So I don't know. What's your spidey senses with that one? Yeah.
Well, I haven't really connected to it because I know it's a movie, so I've almost not even received, like, I haven't even connected. Like, um,
Yeah, no, I understand. So
um, I don't know. I don't really get anything because I already watched what Janine says. So,
Oh, okay. See, I don't
Yeah.
watch Janine.
So
Christine's asked what's CGI. Can you explain CGI to people? Do you want to come back?
it's CGI is the so CGI is the um it's computerized movies. It's a computer movie that you can just go to AI and say, make me a video of a war zone of missiles hitting a war or a city, and show people buildings blowing up and whatever, and then boom, it creates you a video with buildings blowing up with missiles coming, and it's all fake. It's not real.
And also, years ago, I remember seeing they had this like box set up and green screens everywhere, and this guy stepped into the box, and then they put up the actual backdrop thing they wanted, and he was actually sitting having an interview. It looked like he was right there with the person that was on the other side of the US having an interview. And this is, remember what they used to do with the Pope when his hand would disappear like through the thing. Yeah, so they can actually make it look like someone is really there. It's so, I mean, God knows how much more advanced the technology is than what we're actually seeing as well.
Yeah, and that's why I keep saying we're seeing a movie, because we actually are seeing a movie, like a computer generated movie.
Right.
You
And
know?
Christine said, yeah, computer generated lies. Correct.
Yes, absolutely. That's very well said. So okay, so there's a lot of CGI going on.
Yep.
I know it's affecting the collective.
Yep.
Um,
But
what,
again,
yeah, go
yeah.
ahead.
Yeah, what I was going to say is I feel, though, that it's almost like it's perfect timing for it to absolutely spark the collective into this releasing all this fear coming up, all of this, oh my goodness, what's going to happen? Because of the frequency coming in, it's like something has to be released as well to allow this in. And I feel that's what our role is we're working very much for the collective. Like the gridding I did on the weekend with my friend, it was very much all about us being conduits with the grid lines on the earth, bringing this frequency in, but also allowing it to be released. And that can feel like, we can feel like we've got our own personal stuff going on, but often it's very much connected to the collective. So that's our role.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So I mean, that was, I wanted the cards to tell us
Yeah.
why why is the alliance showing this movie? Like,
Yeah.
what is the purpose of it? I mean, you just told us, but I would like to see how the cards will portray it.
Sure. Yeah. 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 Okay. So we've got our Nine of Pentacles. So again, for me, this is a very unique, very beautiful, abundant card. It's the finishing of something. So I feel that's what this is. It's like the next step in the finishing of something to actually be able to bring about some real unique, something that's different, unique. Okay. And they're doing it step by step, believe it or not. So Page of Cups is that wisdom that's coming with the emotional aspect. So it's not as big as what it could have been. Now, vaguely somewhere it just dropped in for me that I think I remember through some of the number 17. Yeah, I'm just getting an ace card on this, what I'm thinking. On the number 17, I started following that so long ago. There was something about Russia actually stepping in once that certain country, this happened. So I feel it's like each step, it's just a play out of each step. So it had to happen this way for things to move the way they are. That's
Okay.
what the card's saying, just step by step.
Okay. So is this connected to the intel that we were given a while back? I'm going to say 2-3 years ago, that Israel would be last.
Well, that card just completely jumped out from my pack and I had to pick it up. So yeah, that's the Judgment card. So this is when people are waking up, they're being woken up, and they actually are ready to stand up and come out of that deep sleep, or that that place of death transformation. So they're really waking up. So I'll do some more cards with that question, but I would say with that, definitely there is something will happen. People, and the problem is, it's not the beautiful, again, it's not the citizens, it's not the beautiful Israeli people. It's what it's been, how it was set up, and what it was intentionally done for. That's what's being needs to be looked, taken out. So yeah, let's have a look and see. Yeah, Queen of Swords. She's someone that speaks truth, that's very direct, that will say things clearly. So yeah, I would say that just even with that card alone, it's like, yeah, that's their desire. Nine of Cups, that's the desire, is to be able to say, well, this is actually what was going on there. We know that that other little country, that apparently managed to get in and do all this damage. We know that was an absolute, not a non-truth, like completely. Yeah. King of Pentacles. So this whole thing is about actually creating a new reality. It's a master creating a reality. So it's a much bigger picture, and it's just step by step. And yeah, it will be. By the looks of those cards, they're all pretty big yeses.
Okay. Can the cards tell us what the country, not, well, they both start with I.
Yeah,
The
correct.
one that has the shorter name, the one that's
Yep.
4 letters. Is there actually happening anything there, or did the alliance just pick a country nearby and just like, is there really
Well,
a beef between those two countries, or is it just, I don't
well,
know.
it's interesting because I remember even back in the 70s and 80s, I remember what was going on with that short, the I short. And I was horrified because but then I realized it was takeover from Deep State. Deep State went in, took it over. And so therefore there's an aspect of that has to be removed as well. So this is why I think it's deeper than what we realize. There's more going on than what we realize, but yeah.
Because I thought it was the country with the Q at the end, not an N.
No, this is the thing. It's an N at the end.
Yeah,
Isn't
but I
that?
thought it was with a Q.
Yeah, gotcha.
I thought it was
Again,
Iraq. I thought it was Iraq.
yeah.
All those years ago, I thought it was Iraq, not the current country that is
No,
having.
because when I used to work closely with doctors, a lot of them had left from the short ending in an N and around, and they're the most beautiful people. So I was asking them, well, what's going
They
on, and this and
are.
that.
They are so amazing. They're so
It's
amazing.
beautiful. And
Yeah.
they have different beliefs. Their beautiful spirituality has nothing to do with Muslim. And so they just kept it hidden, but still lived by the principles of their beautiful spiritual belief system. So yeah, that's why I took a special interest and I did more research into it. And I remembered as a kid watching it as well on, whatever was on, and then just following up and doing research and thinking, this doesn't feel right. Like this. And then after then meeting them, I was just going, these people are beautiful. Like, so for me, it's more what happened. They were taken over, literally they were taken over.
Right. And let's talk about that, because I believe that there are stargates and other things in that country that are critical to Earth, to our planet. Well, what we call our planet. I'm going to say the dome area. So
Our realm, well, it's a plane, so a planet is fine because we know what that means. So we
yeah,
can say that. Yeah, I know
yeah.
it's like your head starts going, oh, hang on, is this going to make sense? I so get it. I know what you're saying. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Is it because of that? Is it because there are things in that country
Yeah.
that the deep state wanted, and so they made it so that it was a war-torn country, so nobody would go, nobody would visit there.
Partly, but a lot of it had to do also with money. Wasn't that one of the 7 countries that said no to the central bank? And so therefore,
Oh,
yeah, yeah. So, and I know I've watched this happen. Every single country that said no, we don't need that. We're actually good. We're great. Bang. So that's financial. That's new finances. Yeah, that's
wow.
part of it. There's always more, but that was a big part of it. And yeah, so every single country that got hammered was because they said no to the central bank. Even New Zealand, get this, New Zealand was doing fantastically. They didn't have an air force. They got rid of all of the air force. They were really prospering. They were doing really well. And then they said no to the central bank, and there was lots of earthquakes, funnily enough, and it was actually measured and found that it came from a source under the water, and that just completely destroyed their financial stability that they had, and probably one of the most expensive countries to live in now. It's horrific, and they had to go back to the central banking. People don't
Wow.
know this, I know. So yeah, it's interesting, isn't it?
Wow. That's incredible. So, is it true then that there are stargates in that country with the N?
Let's have a look and see. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, it looks like it because we've got the Four of Pentacles, which is a strong foundation. What I was seeing then as well, it was really interesting. Um, it's actually so it's like a big wormholes, big vortexes. So it's the earth. It needs to be connected to the grid lines of the earth, but then it goes through the etheric, which is really interesting. That's just, yeah. So yeah, there was definitely, they wanted to either control it or what's the word? There
Destroy
was a
it?
change. Yeah. I'm not sure. I'm going to ask that because I'm not sure. What Wheel of Fortune? No, it was just a change of guard. Like someone else wanted to be able to control it. So it was that Wheel of Fortune tells me that it looked like there was a bit of a to do around it. Well, there has been in just about all those countries. So I also, from my experiences sort of spiritually and through things that I've tapped into, I know there's a massive portal there as well, like an in and out place. So yeah, around that whole area, it's not just there.
Okay.
But yeah, it does look like there's definitely some form of gateways or portals or whatever there. Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Interesting. Because I had heard that there were stargates that well, the bad guys were kind of guarding
Yeah.
and wanted to have the access to.
Oh, for sure. I'm sure this has been going on for a very long time and probably between the different ones. It's like it may not have just been one, it might not have been humanity actually doing it. Mm.
So the next question that comes to me is is the humanity gonna find out finally that Israel was created by the deep state and that it really will people find out the truth about that country?
Well, I guess will it ever be on the mainstream media? Because that we know, but it's whether it'll be released to the Queen of Wands. She's my integrity card, so I would say that it will come out. It's almost like it will have to make sense for everything else that's gone on, because that's like they say that's like the core of it all. So
Right.
yeah, the lovers. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of insightful stuff that does come through, and it will. It'll make sense then. Like people will go, "Oh wow, that's why all this has been going on," and but then the truth will come, will have to come out of battle all the other stuff that's gone on through history. So it's going to be, I feel this is going to be a slow process. But the Eight of Cups is when we're walking away from a situation that no longer serves us. So it's almost like giving people a chance to go to find something new, to go, okay, this what we've been told isn't right, and then start doing their own research. Because I feel that a lot of people aren't going to want to know and are really comfortable and happy just living in their little world. And so they're going to have a choice, but the truth will be there. And then they'll
Yeah.
go, oh, some will go, oh, okay, whatever. And others will go, oh my goodness, right, okay, I need to understand this more. So it depends on the person.
Okay. Will it disappear as a country within the next 5 years? I'll be right back. I just need to turn the AC off.
Sure, sure. So this is about Israel. Will it be there as a country in the next 5 years? Interesting. Okay. So the first card up is the Ten of Wands. So within 5 years, it won't be quite finished. They might look at changing the name. I mean, did you know that Turkey's changed their name to Turkiya? Like that it's actually, because we're going there and I'm going, what's this Turkiya business? So the same thing might happen. There might be a change of name or something, around that, but it'll be starting to be finished within that 5 year period, but towards the end, I'm getting. There's going to be a lot of sadness around this, like especially for the Israelis. I mean, they were the first ones with this thing, remember, that absolutely got hammered with it. They got told you can't do anything unless you have it. They were the first ones. So, but there's going to be a lot of sadness around it because, some of them, I've met quite a few again of the Israelis, and some of them are lovely. Some of them are very into money and very into control and power, but some of them are just really lovely. But I think they're going to find it difficult to know that's what they're based on. It's all part of the strategy. Seven of Swords. There's going to be a change. There'll be a big change in mindset, and there'll be more balance as well. But it's going to take time.
Okay.
Yeah.
So will it affect the religion, their religion that is all over the world? Like, how is that gonna?
Yeah, good question. Let's just see if it will. Oh, see, this is the problem with religion, is it's just so ingrained, so indoctrinated. It's almost like, it's funny, as I was sort of asking the question, it's almost like people will start to drop back more into their own sense of divinity. They'll still be attached to their religion, but it's almost like they will have more choice. Yeah, so which is really interesting. But again, I feel for some people, that's their whole life, their whole world is that religion. So, that's everything's based on that for them. That's their
Yeah, I
whole
know.
emotional world and families. And so, it may not. And it's just fascinating. I mean, it's the ones that are, here we go. It's funny. I was just going to say, it's the ones that are really on that edge, that are almost the insanity, of everyone is lesser than, and we have to get rid of them. They're the ones that are caught up in the, I guess, the really dark, lower vibrational aspect of it. So the others, again, they're beautiful people. So it just depends, I think, on what we're talking about as well with it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So is their leader? Thank you, Kathy. Yes, thank you, everybody who gives us a nice click on the like button. Absolutely, we are grateful for you, and we do really appreciate it if you do give us a like and a share as well. So their leader, this starts with the capital N for
Yeah.
Nancy.
Yeah.
So is he can't be real if this is being managed by the Alliance, right? Or is he an actor? Is he a clone? No, it can't be a clone because they wouldn't control it. So is it the real guy?
Yeah, interesting, because the Six of Pentacles has come up. Now, when this comes up, it means we're being offered something. So I would, yeah, let me get another card and just see if I'll get more clarity with that, whether it's him that's sort of is being beaten into submission. Yeah, I would say that's the case, because we then got our Three of Cups, which is our beautiful emotional celebration card. I feel he's been beaten into submission and actually having to do what he's told. So,
Okay.
yeah, because it just came to me then. Remember when Mr. T did that big world, trip back in 17, just after he got in, and a lot went down then apparently. So, yeah, temperance, so slow change. Temperance is definitely about the patience and things happening smoothly as well as slowly. So I would say it's probably him. Just he's been told these are your parameters. This is when you do this, and that's it. So something, yeah. And I'm sure it's also to help draw out anyone that's been not known about. Like anyone else that needs to come out of the woodwork. So because it's deep, it runs deep.
Yeah, for sure. For
Yeah.
sure. So will this lead to this financial reset that we've been talking about for years now?
Yeah, I know. Let's have a look and see.
Because they did say Israel was safe for last. So
Yeah, exactly. Let's have a look and see. Okay. Yeah, interesting. I still feel that this is going to go on for a while. When we get the High Priestess card, it means there's a lot of stuff still behind the scenes that's hidden. But it will happen. The Strength card has come through. So I think this way, it may not be what we've been told before or whatever. I think it's going to be a little bit of a different reset than what we think. I feel it. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, strategy again's come up. So there is a strategy there and there is change going to happen, but it's almost like I just feel like when things are happening, it's like it's just going to be smooth and easy, and it's not going to be this big, massive, oh my God, have you seen what's happening at all? Yeah, that's what is coming through. It's just going to be like, oh, okay, so yeah, this has changed. Oh, that's changed. It's not going to be a big hoo-ha.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I just don't see it or feel it either. What about the EBS? Sorry.
There it is. That's your alarm system. I love it.
Yeah, sorry.
Lila, nah, she's doing a job. She's keeping you safe.
You wanted the strawberry, right?
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, okay. I don't feel, and remember, this has come up a few times. It's almost like I don't know that there's going to be that EBS thing for everyone, because the Nine of Swords has come up, which means we actually don't have to worry. The way it's sort of playing out so slowly and things are being done continuously, I'm feeling, let me just check. I'll get a card to see if what I'm getting is correct. And yeah, it's not going to be everywhere. There will be places where it's like, okay, everyone needs to stay inside, because the Four of Cups is when you're being offered something, but not everyone wants to take it.
Right.
They're not interested. So to me, it's almost like it will be in certain areas for certain reasons, and certain countries for certain reasons. I just feel like it's all de-escalated so much. Does that make sense? Yeah. Queen of Wands, integrity. It's almost like it's really de-escalated, and it's just being done now in such a way that it's almost going to fit in and slip in with this consciousness shift that we've all been going through and that the collective has been going through.
So do you think there's going to be a massive story being played that tells people, like supposedly 3 days of watching TV where the tribunals were going to be shown on TV and all this stuff? Is that still going to happen?
Let's have a look and see.
I don't feel it. Like, I don't see it, but
I was just getting not on this timeline. It's like we don't need that. And we've come into a place of, what that's about is, yeah, so you deserve that. That's that vibration. Oh, and look what comes up, the star card. We can choose now to go, thank you for being a part of this incredible experience. It's time now to go. We've moved on. We've done our job. We've shifted frequency. We don't need you anymore. Go. And same with the Queen of Pentacles. She's contemplating her reality. I feel we're on a whole different timeline. I really do.
Well, I do feel like we are in a timeline where, or at least for me, would be uncomfortable to watch something like that.
Me
because
too.
I know that they did their job. That's why we came to this timeline. It was for them to do what they're doing so that we could come in and be the heroes and blah, 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 So why would we punish them in front of everybody? Like, that is such a 3D thing to do.
Yeah. I mean, if they're that evil and they're not to be trusted, then take them out. Sure. If that's what's right, if that's what's meant to happen, but we don't need to see it. And the Lovers cards come up. So this, it's like, what are we? Who are we? I mean, it's okay to be really pissed and really angry and go, that was really, really gnarly. And we don't need that. We don't have to suffer that. That's rubbish. So it's like going, nah, no more, done. No one needs to experience all of that. So, it's,
Yeah, because it's vengeance, it's revenge, it's a 3D lower vibrational.
Yep.
Whatever.
It's eye for an eye.
Yeah, absolutely. Not understanding duality for me, like I feel like that would be not understanding duality and why it's here and why things happen and
Yep, totally. We're in a whole different place, experience. It's shifted. There's so much shifting that's happened. So, it's to me, it could be available if people want to, but I just don't think it's going to be, what it was coming up as 4 or 5 years ago, whatever it was, or 3 or 4 years ago. It's just not the same energy as then. No.
Something's changed. I don't know what, but I agree. I mean,
it's massive. And this card, this is the third time when I split, it's come up, the 8 of Cups. It's walking away from something that no longer emotionally serves us to look for something that is actually more fulfilling, more loving, more. Yeah, that card 3 times. I was doing some cutting and it just kept coming up. So this is what we've done, and that's brilliant. That's beautiful. Like, why sit and wait to have retribution? Just go out and really enjoy this whole experience of frequency rising. How does it make me feel? Oh, I feel like I can breathe easier. My heart's open. I don't feel like I'm in my head so much,
Yeah, absolutely. Well, good. I mean, I wanted to check on it just because I just still don't feel it. And, but like you said, I mean, in the lower vibrational cities, I'm sure something's going to happen,
Yeah. Oh, for sure. And it's a play out. It's like, I mean, if you look at the number 17 drops, they've been saying forever, this will happen. What's playing out now, apparently, it will happen and we've got it under control. So to me, it's whoever's there, it's that experience for them.
So what is this whole thing about Trump and him pushing this bill that has been obviously the AI bill. Do you know anything about it before I continue? Okay, so it's the big, beautiful bill, and it
Yeah.
has something to do with giving AI full power over us. And I don't know the details. Again, I don't watch the stuff.
Yeah.
But it's so Elon got involved and said, I think that bill is some bad things in it, and we should not pass it. And then that's when Trump got mad or something.
Mm-hmm.
And so I believe the idea is to, I don't know if they're starting to portray Trump as a not such a good guy, meaning like, oh, you trusted him too, but look at that. Now look at what he's pushing, right?
Mm.
So what I want to understand is if that's the case, are they just now trying to bring in and say, look, Elon even isn't a good guy and Trump isn't either. You guys trusted him too. Like, when are you going to learn the lesson of giving your power away? Is that what's happening here? Or
Mm-hmm.
is it really just part of the movie? So then Trump comes out the hero or something. I don't know. What can the cards tell us about this big, beautiful bill?
Interesting, because that Queen of Swords has come up again. So this, like, I know. So it is about. So truth will come out about this as well. I feel that, I don't know. It sounds like it's a bit of a movie to me, and like, maybe, yeah, temperance. Interesting. So maybe it's helping people to change, and like you say, not to have this absolute, oh yeah, they're going to do everything. We can just sit back. And actually speak up and go, no, whatever you were saying about the bill, parts of this bill are not right. Maybe parts are fantastic, but we need to break it down. They shouldn't be put through all together. Something like that is what I was feeling there with what you were saying. It's like, why should a bill be so huge that all those things can go through with it? Yeah, maybe it's also to set up a new foundation so that bills can't be passed like that, where there's stuff in there that is not wanted, liked, or good for society. There's some good things, but then there's some stuff that's not so great. So maybe that's what is going on is it's actually showing people, you still got to step up and say, no, this is not right. Yeah, so Five of Swords. You've actually got to ask yourself in your own mind, hang on, are we going to let this go through? Is this right? So it could be a way as well. Let me just I'm going to get a card on this.
Yeah.
Of
the idea is about Trump and us giving him our power. Like, people all of a sudden are like, oh, he's our savior, he's our blah, blah, blah. And then is it to wake them up? Is it to say, don't trust anybody?
What I was getting is that there's going to be a new way of creating things. So that Empress card has come up. Okay, so so she creates things that are in perfect balance and divine order, so that you have a much better house. Four of Wands. So it's almost like the way the Senate's run, or the way that it's been run. There's been too much that could get through, and there was so much corruption in there. So I think this is a wake-up call for even people in, that think, oh yeah, this is great, we've got this great party in now, la la. No. You still have to be vigilant, and there needs to be change. So, and I think they can't change things until people see the need for change. That's just what I'm feeling with it all. So they need, to me, it would make sense is to have bills passed that are only around one thing. It's
Right.
like, how can you chuck 25 different aspects into one bill? That makes no sense. That means that, it's so obvious that it's going to be, well, we want all that, so we're just going to have to accept this to get all that. That's what I'm feeling this is being done for.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not about trusting Trump or not trusting him.
I think it's about people realizing how corrupt the system is. and how it's not working to their, it's not working for the betterment.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So it's interesting. And yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to be very interesting to see how that one plays out, because I didn't know a lot about it. But I think it's going to, okay, so Six of Swords has come up. So we are moving into better, calmer waters. Okay, we're moving out of the rough here into the calmer waters with that Six of Swords. And so that's within our mind, that's within the plans. So
Okay.
I know, look, honestly, so much of this is like double jeopardy almost, isn't it? It's like everything has got twists and turns. So
Yeah. Yeah. So, oh shoot, it left me the question I had. Um, so the okay. So why is silver going up in price and staying high? What happened? Can the cards tell us what happened behind the scenes that something's changed with the silver and the gold?
yeah, for sure. I mean, silver's still at like 103-to-1 ratio to gold, which is ridiculous. So it comes out of the ground at seven times the amount of silver to gold. So it should be that price. Oh, there's been something big happen in the background. That Tower card's come up.
Yes.
And it's come up once before. It doesn't come up a lot, does it, this card? But it's come
No.
up twice today. So there's definitely a lot of big shifting and moving going on and change. So almost what I'm feeling is a change in the control of it.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's nearly the comics where it's on. I would say that's nearly finished with who's been controlling it and what's been going on, because the Ten of Wands is it's nearly done. The action that's been taken, it's nearly done. So
Okay.
there's definitely been a shift up and a change there, hasn't there?
So
So
does it mean that it's going to keep going up then?
let's have a look and see. Let's ask our cards. I mean, I still think we'll get dips and stuff, like always, like natural ebb and flow of things, but let's have a look and see.
Yeah, but it's interesting that it went up to 36 and it stayed there. It didn't even it has not looked back. Usually it does, it goes down, and it's almost like it went up and it stayed there. And I have a feeling it's just going to keep doing those little jumps
Little
up.
hops.
Yeah.
And it might hop back down to 36, but it's like, we'll see. We'll wait and see. Let's see if it's been a very long journey. This has been like the longest journey ever with it. But Nine of Wands, to me, it's almost completed. Not quite. Okay, there's still a little bit to finish again. So let's just have a look. There's still something going on. Five of Swords. So there's still some conflict through the plan or through whatever is going on, because that's change. So through the change, there is some conflict or something. Let's just see what this one is. Five of Cups, because there's going to be a lot of grief. If you know anything about silver, because the banks and the hedge funds, they do the hedging, the betting on it.
Yep.
So when it goes up by just even $1, it's millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars for a bank. So that's why I think the Five of Cups has come up. There's going to be a lot of people that are really affected, a lot, and a lot of corporations that will be affected by this rise in silver hugely. So shorts, they call them. So
Okay.
So it's interesting. So Six of Pentacles, this is when something's being offered. So it's almost like it's sitting there, I think, because they can't do it anymore. They can't short them anymore because they won't be able to buy back at a much lower price. So they're having to get their act together and fill all these silver shorts. So, and personally, if it was me and I had my gold and silver on a piece of paper, you know how they say the actual pool like on a piece of paper, and oh yeah, we've got all the goods at the background and you just have to hold this piece of paper. I don't think so. No. Yeah, because personally I would be putting it somewhere where I know it's tangible and can get access to it, because I think something's going to happen with it all. Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, it's a little, it's just, it shouldn't be. And maybe it's the ego, but it's bothersome to me that these people did this to us, right? And they're still going to get away with staying millionaires, and they got away with living their life the best, they could with all this money, and they still are going to do it nicely for them, and that's just like, really?
But how do we know? How do we know that they're not going to lose all their assets and things,
Because they're doing it slowly, because they're giving them time to react, because they're giving them time to go and buy XRP or whatever. Like they're doing this so slowly that they're giving them time to get away with it.
It's more, I think, for society, because if a system just crumbles overnight, there's chaos and anarchy. So it's more, I feel it's more about keeping the system that everyone is so used to. Because remember what happens when banks all go down? Absolute chaos, poverty, misery. All right. So that's where I'm seeing it from. They're little fish. They can go and do and have whatever life they want. It's because they were just playing the role. Remember?
Yeah.
So,
yeah. No, I get it. I'm not saying go kill them or go do anything to them. I'm just saying
they're not being made accountable for the.
Right. I'm just saying, they still get to be millionaires and have the best life. It's like, really, wow.
But maybe they won't. Maybe in time it won't. There will be something that is actually said, well, these people have done this and now it's out. Now they will actually they'll have their moment in court. Who knows if that's what's needed. So yeah, but I know. Look, and this is the dichotomy of being human, right? It's like, just like that's what they've done is just beyond evil, beyond. But if they hadn't done it,
fairness of it. That's all. It's just unfair. It's unfair.
Absolutely. I know it is. It's just how this plane works. It's how it has worked. Yeah. Because we got a worm in us. We got a little worm that mucked up the system, and we're writing it. So that's what it is.
Yeah. Just okay. Well, I do prefer, obviously, that people don't suffer and that it's done in a way that people, and I always felt that. That all this chaos that people said was going to happen, I was like, no, I don't feel that. I don't feel like all these things are going to happen. And so they never did. They never did.
I agree. Yeah. And I was actually probably within about 12 months of everything, it was almost like once 22, I think I was going, do you know what? I feel this is going to play out very differently to what's been scripted. And I was really grateful. I'm really grateful it's actually happened slower, because it's so much more gentle, and like we're able to evolve and more quickly, frequency raise, us feel better and have more joy within us, which is what it's about as well. And things not being so chaotic, because there would be a scar left from that. So I don't know. I'm personally happy it's going slower.
Well, what I feel like is that if they did something that would lower the vibration of the people, which of course all the banks going down and the stock market going down and all of that, the vibration of the planet would just plummet. And that affects everybody else in all the other domes, let's say, and there are galaxies or whatever is out there, because nobody knows anymore. it affects everybody, right? Because we're all connected. So I feel that this is like the best way to be done that everybody will benefit most.
I agree. I absolutely agree. So, just so let it be what it is. I think, yeah, it was where I'm at with it. Just let it be where it's at, and
Yeah,
really live our lives and enjoy our lives and create what it is we want to have fun with and experience. So,
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah, which is visiting the other domes.
Absolutely. Yeah. Hey, do you want to come up and be even with me? I feel like a big giant. Ah, that's better. Oh,
Uh,
funny.
yeah, yeah. So it's it's exciting to think about that, to me, to think about
Yeah.
like going to other places and other worlds. But I also feel like I want to do a good job of having seen what's here, because I haven't seen the half of the United States. I haven't seen the 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 cities that are not well known, like not cities, but states like Montana and
Yeah.
Wyoming and Wisconsin and all Iowa, Idaho, any of those like have, like you never think of visiting.
Yeah.
So
'Cause it's huge. Like US is massive, and and a lot of it's habitable. In Australia, probably 70% is inhabitable. And so you have to sort of tend to live around the outside of the, but yeah, but in the US, there's a lot more places that you can live inland.
yeah,
So,
yeah,
yeah,
big time. So that's kind of my plan, is to kind of stay half here and half visiting international. But yeah,
yeah.
try to see what's out there, um, before I venture into other domes.
Yeah, I know. We just need longer lives so we can do it all, or different ways to teleport. Chung chung chung, so we can be there and go and have lunch like in Paris, and then we can go and have, afternoon tea in Wyoming. So
Yeah,
that's the way to
exactly.
do it.
Absolutely. All
Oh,
right.
funny.
Well, that's the end of our show today. I am so grateful for everybody who visits us every single week and who supports us. I am so grateful for you. Everybody who watches the video afterwards, thank you. Everybody who supports us by sharing it and by giving us a like. I am grateful for all of you. And thank you for making our lives so much better.
Definitely. So lots of love to everyone.
Yep. Lots of love to everyone. And we'll see you next Sunday on Marie's Dream Show, and then the Monday after that. All right, guys. We love you. Stay high vibing. Bye.
Bye.